Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit moon, sextile, or trine one's natal north node. Now, this may manifest in feelings, emotions, needs, reactions, responses, family. This could be in harmony with one's future and destiny. You get more approval at this time, I would say, from home, family members, people you're close to home with, prominent women in your life. As far as your future goes at this time, what you're aspiring to be at the future, I mean, say if your North Node is in Aquarius, it could be something associated with astrology or astronomy, computers, innovation, electronics, altruism, meteorology, as some examples, um, and your destiny as well, what you feel you're destined for. I mean, I have my natal north node in Pisces in the 11th house. There could be some destiny connected. I mean, with me, with the metaphysical, which includes astrology as a goal or aspiration being in the 11th house, or just simply showing compassion, forgiveness, sacrificing, which is Pisces energy, for friends, um, acquaintances, which is the 11th house. And the thing too is the North Node is also about our mission, our purpose. This could be where you feel more, I'd say, in the mood, uh, feel more like pursuing this at this point in time, more so than usual. Let's say, I mean, if you have the North Node in Scorpio, it might be something with psychology. Let's say if you have the North Node in Scorpio in the second house, it could simply be really gaining more power and control over your own finances, your monetary situation, resources, possessions, as some examples. And your purpose is where the North Node, is connected with the North Node as well. And again, the family, people you're close to home with, prominent women in your life may be more harmonious with this at this time, more so than usually. You may be more emotionally up to pursue things that are associated with your North Node energy at this time, more so than usual. And the fact that the moon is connected with our reactions and our responses. If you feel, you're calling at this time, what your purpose may be, this is the time where you may be more apt to react to it and respond to it positively. Keep in mind, though, this transit is not it's not overly protracted or prolonged. It only lasts about 10 hours on average if you're using 3-degree applying aspect and 2-degree separating aspect, but it still can be important nonetheless and favorable and auspicious, and it could be important to capitalize on it when it's here. Now, when you have, conversely, when the transit of the North Node is making a sextile or trine to your own natal node, of course, that's going to last a little bit longer, and it may have more significance given that it's going to last longer than this aspect, this transit aspect that I'm talking about right now. Also, too, I mean, the North Node can be connected with what we feel, what's preordained. Again, it goes back to where our destiny may lie. We're trying to get away, from the South Node energy, and you're supposed to get away from the South Node energy and work on the North Node. You don't necessarily have to eradicate your South Node energy completely, but the North Node is what is supposed to be emphasized and accentuated during your life, especially when you're talking about the latter part, say around 35 years, the second half of life, 35 years and older approximately. And the fact that the North Node is preordained energy, it's like you feel more like pursuing what you feel is preordained for you. If you have your natal North Node in Capricorn, it could simply be career ambitions, being successful, gaining some kind of recognition, or it could be something Capricorn related, such as accounting or dentistry, information technology, um, masonry, could be general mundane work, business, politics, government work. And it's also the North Node is connected with the development of the positive attributes associated with the placement. So at this time, you may be more in the mood to do so. You may be feeling more. like doing this at this time more so than usual. Now keep in mind that the transit again only lasts about 10 hours on average, but you may be some cases you may be sleeping at this time, depending on a lot of that's predicated, of course, on your time zone, your sleeping schedule. So some of you may not even be awake during this transit. Again, it's very succinct. It's very quick. It can also be, again, going back to the fact that North Node is connected with the development of the positive attributes of the placement. This is a time where, again, going back to the mother, the moon being connected with the mother, the family, prominent women in your life, people you're close to home with. These people may be more encouraging, may be more helpful at this time in you doing this, and it could also be where you care more about doing this at this time as well. You may want to devote the time to it at this time because you may care more about it. Moon is about caring. If you have your North Node in Aries, it could be developing more courage, fortitude, outspokenness, being more direct, driven, motivated, aggressive, and assertive. Now also too, again, this is about North Node is connected with what you're learning and aspiring to be. So it can be at this time where you feel more like trying to learn and aspire to be what's associated with the North Node placement. Now this could be a time where you might have the North Node, say, it's in Sagittarius. It could be being more expansive, optimistic, upbeat, philosophical. It could be focusing on one main philosophy. Another thing too is that the North Node is also about issues that you may need to address and confront. And when you have the transit of the moon, again, making a good relationship as far as the aspect goes to the natal North Node, it can indicate you're more emotionally up for doing so. You're more in the mood to do so at this time. You family members may be more encouraging toward you doing this. It might be, if you have this in the first or natal North Node in the first or sixth house, it could be a health-related issue that you may have to deal with. You might have to address and confront. I'm having right now in my transit, I'm having the North Node traversing my first house. And the first house, of course, is associated with the physical body, and I've had to deal right now, some physical related issues that I couldn't procrastinate on anymore. So anyway, what I want to get at too is that the North Node is where we're directed to and where you're moving toward. So you might at this time feel more like moving toward the direction associated with the natal North Node placement. It may be, the moon is also connected with the public. So it could be, if there's something you need more, if there's something from the public that you need more support, if you're trying to advertise or promote some business, this is where the public can be more helpful in doing so, and may be more auspicious for doing so in connection with the public at this time, more so than usual. If you're trying to you're trying to promote something, if you have the natal North Node in Capricorn, it could be some business at this time, and it might be more favorable for having that public support in doing so. Now, also another way this transit may manifest, it could be where you may feel, which is the moon, again, like fulfilling your purpose, which is the North Node. Let's say, for example, if your natal North Node is in Pisces in the 11th house, like mine is, it could be doing something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, which is connected with Pisces as a goal or aspiration, which is the 11th house. And another thing too, hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, another thing too is that the mother and family, people you're close to home with, prominent women in your life, which is associated with the moon, may be more in favor of the positive attributes of the North Node placement. It could be that you're trying to develop. Now, let's say if the North Node, um, natal North Node is in Aries in the 12th house, it could be finding the developing the courage and fortitude, which is Aries. It could be fighting for the weak and less fortunate, the more passive, which is the 12th house. And it could also be very auspicious to respond, which is the moon, to issues that need to be addressed and confronted, which is the North Node. Let's say, for example, if the North Node is in Taurus in the first house, it could be physical related issues with the throat, the neck, which is Taurus, and also just issue in which of course is connected with the physical body, which is the first house. And I'm more again in the mood to learn and aspire to be what is connected with the natal North Node placement. If the natal North Node is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, it could be the development of very nurturing, caring, sympathetic, and protective qualities. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.